Boston, and at that time the merger had taken place. Continental National bought American Casualty and then became CNA. So I merged the claim offices there, and then I became the branch manager in Boston. And then
that's the baby.
And then became a vice president of a region in Los Angeles. So then we moved to Los Angeles.
So a lot of still this time you're still traveling a lot all the time. You're gone a lot, so you're home a lot with the 4 kids, sleeping on the couch with a butcher knife and a pair of scissors.
And while when your lovely wife was born, I was up in the North Country fishing.
And I still think that's a great story. Hey, Mom, you had a girl. Okay, I got fish on. So, now when did you move to California? You moved to California in 71?
1970 to 71.
And that was what part of California?
In Los Angeles.
So, okay.
I was the regional vice president of that region, which was San Francisco, Seattle, Denver, Phoenix. So I had what would be the Western Territory.
And Karen was then in high school? Almost finished.
Karen was in college.
She was in college. So did she come? Did she come to California with you?
Yes, she did.
She was.
All 4 kids came to California with you, and then she went to
Tom
college.
stayed and finished the year out in
Boston.
In Boston.
Who did he stay with?
And he came out.
Our neighbors.
Some neighbors offered to let him stay and finish out school.
It was just a month or so.
Oh, really? Okay. And then you were in California for how long?
15 months.
15 months.
And then you moved to
Naperville.
Red Pole Court.
To Chicago. I became the.
Is that when you went to Allstate or not?
No, I was
still CNA.
Still with CNA,
okay.
And I was managing. I was in charge of all the field operations in the country, so I had.
So how many employees were underneath you at that point?
I don't know.
10,000
maybe, something like that.
Wow.
Eventually, we merged things, and I know at one time I had over 6,000.
Did you think you'd be moving around that much when you guys first started? You have any idea?
Never. But you know, in those days, you either moved or stayed,
right,
basically, with companies, and that was the way to learn and get ahead, if you had the chance.
Worked out well. So you moved to Naperville at 73? Something like that?
No, 71.
71?
In the September, just about the time school was starting.
And how did you pick Naperville?
A lot of CNA people lived in Naperville, and we looked several places, and in fact we bought a house. We came in together to house hunt, and we bought the Sunday paper like on Tuesday, and there was an ad in for sale in Naperville, and we'd already knew people that lived there, and so we went and looked at the house and decided to buy it, but we hadn't taken a checkbook or anything with us. So I remember we sat down at the kitchen table and wrote a bill of sale, and I gave them $20 down until the next day when we could.
Yeah. This was the 70s.
Yeah. You buy a house with a piece of paper and $20 bill.
$20 down, yeah. I still have that someplace.
So then you're in Naperville for
71,
17 years, something like that?
84.
83. We moved here 83.
So 12, 13 years.
Yeah.
And kids graduated high school there, went to college, and so now you guys moved.
I found them.
Why did you move to Barrington?
Well, I was recruited to join Allstate Insurance Company.
And what year was that you were recruited?
78.
So you've been with CNA for how many years?
26.
26.
Is that hard to leave?
No.
No.
They gave you a signing bonus and
That helps.
Yeah.
Not with the opportunity that Allstate presented at that particular time. I mean, it was a chance to start a new company with Allstate, and so it was a good opportunity. And at that time, their office was in Northbrook, but they were talking of building an office in South Barrington, so that's why we found a place and moved to South.
And you really did tell the kids you were moving. You didn't. I mean, because Paula always says that you guys left town and didn't tell her.
Well, that's her story. And it's true.
All right, so 80, married for 50 plus years, 84 years young, still doing. What message do you have for your grandchildren you want to talk to them about?
I'm sorry.
What message would you have for your grandchildren? Or your soon-to-be great-grandchildren at some point?
You know, I think the most important thing is respect, which so much in today's world seems to have lost. So if you respect what other people do, whether you agree with it or don't, and I say that for your spouse as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you respect each other, generally things will work out.
Mm-hmm. All right, funniest story of your 50-some years marriage.
The
Funniest thing that ever happened to your marriage, to you guys.
Well,
funny memory.
One is when we moved to Milwaukee, we had Tom as a little baby and Karen, and we were in a hotel, big hotel, trying to get bottles washed.
Because I was still nursing.
And,
he was only 3 months old.
But and the furniture was 5 days late because I think the truck driver stopped over Memorial Day to be home or something. So we're walking down the street in Milwaukee one night holding hands, and I looked at Bernice and I said, "Hey, today's our wedding anniversary."
Happy anniversary! Forgot all about it. That's right.
See, that's a good anniversary.
Yeah.
So, but we have many, many good memories.
Oh, yeah.
The opportunity to travel has been wonderful, and our children have all grown up to be good citizens and nicely, happily married.
Yeah, they all graduated from high school and they're all on their way.
And
Grandchildren.
nice to have grandchildren.
What's your favorite travel spot you've been to? You guys have been all over the world.
Boy.
And no, you can't say Poland.
No, but I'm going.
I know, that's great. But where was if you had one more trip to take, where would you go?
Boy, there have been so many. I've often thought I'd like to go back to Alaska. That was a very enjoyable trip. But we've had just. So
And would
many.
you guys go together? Would you go?
No.
my favorite-
Antarctica was certainly a thrilling trip. What, hon?
I was going to say my favorite place to go back would be Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii, yeah.
But I don't think we'll.
We've just been fortunate. We've been
Where
able
we've
to
been,
travel a lot on business and
Yeah.
a lot personally.
we were very fortunate. Very fortunate.
Okay, you guys got any questions you want to ask them around film?
Could you talk about Spring Street a little bit and how your refrigerator door would open up and hit the other door? Your first apartment.
Oh, that was on Spring Street. Yeah, it would hit the water heater.
Hit the water.
It would hit the water.
We
That's
did
how
that.
narrow our kitchen was on
We
Spring Street.
We just had a little coil, gas coil you lit when you wanted hot water.
When you wanted hot water.
But another funny story is we weren't married very long, and we were in bed sleeping one night on the second floor, and Reading is in a valley, and it was very, very hot. And so the screen door on the back porch was open, and in the middle of the night, one of us woke up and we heard a scratching, and laid there for a while, and Bernice wouldn't get up, so I said, well,
I
guess I have to go. It sounded like somebody who had scissors and was cutting the screen. And I went, and everything looked okay there. A mouse had gotten in the bottom of our tin wastebasket.
In the kitchen.
and was scratching.
Okay.
Couldn't get out.
Yeah, that was.
So I remember that experience too.
Did you talk about when they first met?
Yeah. It was Easter Sunday. It was a blind date.
It was a blind date.
It was Easter, yeah.
Yeah, it was me.
And she said it was love at first sight.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not
Then
sure.
after
May we have some
hot
dessert
dogs
now?
are
Yes,
served,
May, we're done.
Walk around.
when you